Fake HOA cops slashed my Porsche tires, didn't know I'm a federal U.S. Marshal. The sun hung high over Karen Lane, casting a harsh glow on the manicured lawns and cookie-cutter homes of Willow Creek. I just pulled into my driveway, my black Porsche 911 gleaming like a dark jewel, when I noticed the gash-4 deep slashes across my tires. My blood boiled. I'm no ordinary resident. I'm Ethan Cross, a federal U.S. Marshal trained to spot trouble and end it. But this wasn't a cartel sting or a fugitive chase. This was my neighborhood, my sanctuary until they came for me. It started 3 weeks ago when the Willow Creek Homeowners Association began flexing its muscle. New security patrols, led by a trio of self-styled enforcers: Karen Mitchell, a realtor with a clipboard and a vendetta; her husband, Dale, a retired mall cop with a power complex; and their nephew, Travis, a wiry kid with shifty eyes, started prowling the streets. They called themselves the HOA Compliance Unit, but to me, they were just bullies in cheap polyester uniforms, harassing residents over unmowed lawns or unauthorized mailbox colors. I kept my head down, my badge hidden. My job demanded discretion, and I wasn't here to make waves. But waves found me. That morning, I'd gotten a notice slipped under my door: violation, non-compliant vehicle parking. My Porsche, parked neatly in my own driveway, was apparently an eyesore. I ignored it, figuring it was just Karen's latest crusade. But slashing my tires? That was war. I stepped outside, the ruined tires staring back like a taunt, and saw them: Karen, Dale, and Travis strutting down the street, Karen's clipboard snapping like a general's baton. Neighbors peeked from behind curtains, too scared to intervene. "Hey!" I shouted, my voice cutting through the morning quiet. They turned, Karen's lips curling into a smug grin. "You got a problem, Cross?" she said, her tone dripping with disdain. Dale puffed out his chest, gripping a tire iron. Travis lingered behind, eyes darting nervously. "Your car's a hazard," Karen continued. "We're protecting property values." I stepped closer, my heart pounding but my training kicking in. "You slashed my tires," I said, low and deliberate. "That's vandalism. Step back, or this gets ugly." The air thickened. Karen laughed, a sharp, grating sound. "You think you're special? We run this neighborhood." Dale raised the tire iron, and Travis muttered something about teaching me a lesson. Neighbors gathered now, phones out, recording the showdown. I could have flashed my badge, ended it right there, but something stopped me. I wanted them to dig their own graves. Then came the twist. Mrs. Delaney, the quiet widow next door, stepped forward. At 70, she was frail, her voice trembling, but her eyes burned. "I saw them," she said, pointing at Karen. "Last night they slashed your tires, and they've been extorting us all fines for fake violations, threatening to tow our cars unless we pay." The crowd gasped. Karen's face paled, but she doubled down. "Lies. She's senile," she spat. But Mrs. Delaney held up her phone, showing grainy footage of Travis sneaking around my car with a knife, Dale watching, Karen directing. The crowd erupted, neighbors shouting, emboldened. I stepped forward, pulling my badge from my jacket. "Federal U.S. Marshal," I said, my voice ice. "You're under arrest for vandalism, extortion, and assault." Karen's smirk vanished. Dale dropped the tire iron, stammering. Travis bolted, but a neighbor tackled him. The scene was chaos. Cuffs clicked, voices rose, and Karen screamed about lawsuits as I read their rights. But the victory felt hollow. As I led them to the patrol car, Mrs. Delaney touched my arm. "They targeted you because you're new," she whispered. "They thought you were weak." Her words hit hard. This wasn't just about my tire sit, it was about power, fear, and a community cowed into silence. I'd stopped the HOA's reign, but at what cost? My Porsche was ruined, my trust in this place shattered. And Karen? She'd be out on bail by morning, her realtor smile already plotting revenge. That night, I sat in my darkened living room, the badge heavy in my hand. I'd won, but the neighborhood felt broken. The HOA had preyed on fear, and I'd only exposed the rot, not cured it. Mrs. Delaney's courage had turned the tide, but she'd face whispers and glares for snitching. Justice was served, yet it tasted bitter, like ash on the tongue. What would you do when the rules you trust turn against you? Share your thoughts on justice, community, and standing up to power.